You ever wonder why some people can handle anything life throws at them, while others seem to fall apart over the smallest things? It's not a secret gene or blind luck. It's a skill. It's called mental resilience, and frankly, most people never bother to build it. They spend their lives avoiding hardship, looking for the easy way out, and then wonder why they feel so overwhelmed. But that doesn't have to be you. Not after this. By the end of this, you'll have a clear blueprint to forge an unshakable mind. You'll stop letting doubt run the show, drop the excuses, and finally start commanding your life. If you're ready for that, let's begin. Part 1, the fundamental perspective change. It all starts with a single, crucial change in your perspective. You have to rethink what challenges mean. Let's be clear, a life without obstacles is a fantasy. Look at anyone you consider truly strong. Do you think they built that by staying safe and comfortable? No. They built it by facing struggles, learning from failures, and pushing forward when every instinct told them to quit. Think of your mind as a muscle. Leave it unchallenged, and it stays weak. If you always choose the path of least resistance, you remain fragile. Then, when a real difficulty hits, you shatter. So here is the perspective shift: see every single challenge as a training session. Every setback, every hurdle, every moment of frustration is a rep for your mental strength. When you start viewing struggles as the very thing that forges you, instead of what breaks you, your entire world changes. Your foundation becomes solid. A real-world example, forged in adversity. Consider the story of someone like Ernest Shackleton, the polar explorer. On his infamous endurance expedition, his ship was trapped and crushed by ice. He and his crew were stranded in the Antarctic with no hope of rescue. What did he do? He focused entirely on survival and morale. He made tough decisions, led his men through impossible conditions, and never showed a flicker of doubt. Through sheer force of will, he ensured every single member of his crew survived against all odds. He didn't have a choice about the situation, but he had a choice about his response. He understood that toughness isn't something you're born with, it's something you prove to yourself when you have no other option. That's the secret. Your breaking point is often much further away than you think. Part 2, 3 habits to eliminate now. If you're serious about building strength, you need to cut these 3 things out of your life, starting today. 1. Eliminate the complaining cycle. Voicing your frustrations doesn't solve them, it just reinforces them. Your energy is finite. Direct it toward finding a solution, or consciously accept the situation and redirect your focus. It's that straightforward. 2. Stop chasing constant comfort. Real growth happens outside the cozy bubble of the familiar. If you want to be strong, you must voluntarily step into situations that test you. That's where the growth is. 3. Drop the excuses. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to justify staying stuck. The reality is, you always have agency. You can always choose the action, however small, that moves you toward being better. Choose it. Part 3, Everyday Routines for an Iron Will. Now, let's talk about the positive habits that will actively build your resilience. Practice these consistently, and you will become formidable. Embrace controlled discomfort. Start your day by voluntarily doing something uncomfortable. It could be a 60-second blast of cold water at the end of your shower. This isn't about punishment, it's a daily win that teaches your brain you can handle discomfort. Move your body. There's a direct link between your physical and mental state. A weak body often houses a wavering mind. By strengthening your body through consistent exercise, you build a more resilient mind. Practice mental focus. This isn't about emptying your mind. It's about training your attention. Spend just 5 minutes a day sitting quietly, focusing on your breath. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back. This is practice for maintaining focus under pressure. Tackle one hard task daily. Every day, do one thing you don't feel like doing. It could be that difficult work project, a tedious chore, or a skipped dessert. This is how you build the do it anyway muscle. Part 4, Mastering your inner state. Resilient people aren't controlled by their emotions, they command them. The key is to create space between a trigger and your response. When you feel stress, anger, or anxiety rising, hit the pause button. Take one deep, intentional breath. Count to 3. This tiny gap is where your power lives. It gives you a moment to choose your response, instead of being hijacked by the emotion. Feelings are like weather, they roll in and they roll out. If you let every storm dictate your actions, you'll be constantly off course. Learn to observe the storm without getting lost in it. Part 5, Reframe your relationship with setbacks. Most people are paralyzed by the fear of failing. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success, it's a fundamental part of it. You cannot learn, adapt, or grow if you never miss the mark. Every great innovator, artist, and leader has a long history of setbacks. If you failed recently, that's a good sign. It means you're testing your limits. You're in the arena. The only true failure is to stop trying. Part 6, Cultivating a calm core. The most grounded people aren't shaken by external events. They remain centered and clear-headed, no matter the chaos around them. Life is inherently unpredictable. Smooth sailing can turn into a storm in an instant. The difference is in the response. Strong people don't collapse when things go wrong. They assess, adapt, and take the next step. How do you build this? Remember the 90-10 rule, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. You can't control everything, but you always have control over your reaction. Shift from, why me, to, what now, don't waste energy playing the victim. Instead, channel that energy into problem solving. Ask, what is within my control right now? Accept what is. Struggle happens when we fight against reality. The moment you stop wishing the situation were different and start dealing with it as it is, you reclaim your power. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is often a choice. Part 7, Choose discipline over a passing feeling. Many people run their lives on motivation. They wait for a burst of inspiration to strike before they act. This is a flawed strategy. Here's the reality: inspiration and motivation are fleeting and unreliable. Discipline, however, is permanent. Discipline is doing what you know you need to do, especially when you don't feel like doing it. You won't always feel like grinding, but discipline gets you to do it anyway. You won't always feel like preparing, but discipline ensures you're ready. Stop waiting for the right moment. It will never come. The power is in starting now, whether you feel ready or not. Build systems, not just dreams. A goal is a destination, but a system is the vehicle that gets you there. Don't just say, I want to be strong. Create the system. I will train my body and mind for 30 minutes every morning, no exceptions. Trust the process of compounding. Massive success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small, disciplined actions, repeated daily. Be consistent, and the results will take care of themselves. The bottom line is this: motivation is a fickle guest. Discipline is the foundation of your house. Build your life on discipline. Your move. Now, you have a choice. You can close this and return to business as usual, staying exactly where you are. Or, you can decide that right now is the turning point. That today is the day you commit to the process, embrace the grind, and start building the strongest version of yourself. The decision is yours. Your future is waiting. Make it count. If this resonated with you, pass it on to someone who needs a push. And if you're committed to rising to the next level, make sure to join our community. This is just the start. Stay focused, keep building, and I'll see you in the next one.